Hello friends, so we start with a new chapter in physics for standard 8, that is electricity. The chapter is divided into two parts, the household electricity and the second part is static electricity. I already given you the videos for static electricity part as done by the school. Now we just see the initial, that is the household electricity part from this particular chapter. Now, so when we talk about electricity, or we can say household electricity, we know that electricity has become an integral part of our lifestyle. We will require electricity in each and every moment of our life. Even for some few minutes, if electricity is not there, we get panicked. Okay, क्या होगा? अरे कब आएगा light? क्यों चला गया? क्या हुआ? Such kind of things always happen. So we are quite scared that okay, electricity अगर नहीं रहेगा तो क्या होगा? And then you can experience this thing that when you knew that one day when electricity had failed and so all your online classes, your school and everything got shut down. So yes, you can see that it came the complete education system of yours, or in fact in not only your education but of the complete city of ours almost on a standstill condition because there was no electricity. So electricity has become a integral part of our lifestyle. Of course, we know that we use electricity for tube lights and fans and ACs and computers and mobile chargings and so everything, even the mobile when it is working, yeah, it is in using electricity. No doubt that we are not plugging it to the electricity, but yes, you require to plug in to charge the battery. So, anyways, it is also electricity. So the watches, everything, okay, because they have got a battery inside. So yeah, all of them are going to be using electricity. So whether the electricity what is being provided is through a plug point or it is a battery, the remotes के लिए battery जो है तो वो या तो button cells which are being used or solar power, so everything is going to require electricity. So electricity is required for everything. So let's see the introduction. In our daily life, we all use electricity for different purposes such as to light our home, school, office, etc. To run fan, television, heater, radio and many other electrical appliances. The different sources of electricity are cells or battery or mains. So we can say that the two sources are cell, which is also called as a battery, and another one is the mains. Cell or battery, मालूम है? It will be either the pencil cell or a AAA cell or maybe the button cell. So depending upon the type of cells what you are having. Mains, 3-pin plug, 2-pin plug जो हम लोग सॉकेट में डालते हैं और चालू होता है, या तो फैन वगैरह जो हम लोग वायरिंग करके करते हैं. So that is the mains. So the cells or the main cell or battery, mains, electric supplied by local electric board, and of course you can use something which is called as electrical generator and solar cells. So apart from that, we can use electric generators or we can use solar cells. So these are the ways we are using electricity for our day-to-day purposes. In earlier classes, we have read the use of cells or battery in torch, watches, calculators, remote controls, etc. In this chapter, we shall study the use of mains as a source of electricity for household purposes. So we are going to now not study the battery part, we have studied that thing in earlier classes, but we are going to study mainly what we are going to study is the use of mains. Okay, that is what we are going to use today. The cell or battery provides us current which remains constant with time. Now, so when you use a battery or a cell, the current what is going to be provided by it is called a direct current. In short, it is called as DC supply. DC supply, what happens in DC supply is that the current is going to be, अगर मैं ग्राफ को ड्रॉ करूँ तो करंट जो रहेगा I, that will be constant. So throughout the time when it is started, when I start using the battery to the time I am using it continuously for a few hours, it is going to be constant. The value of the current is not going to change. That's why it is called as a direct current. Whereas the mains or the the electric generator, they are going to be giving me something which is called as alternating current. Okay, it is an alternating current, in short called as AC. Okay, AC source or AC power source, जहाँ पे current जो है, it is in a form of a wave like this, that it is going to be positive, negative, in this way that it is 50 times positive and 50 times negative in 1 second. Hertz, you know, we had learned in the sound chapter. What is hertz? That is the frequency of the sound waves. So यहाँ पे frequency of the electrical waves over here, the frequency of the current with which it is changing from positive, negative is 50 times in 1 second. So you see, the mains or electric generator provide us the alternating current AC, which generates its magnitude and polarity with time. Generally, we use AC for frequency 50 Hz, in which the polarity is 50 times positive and 50 times negative in each second. So this is one wave. Such 50 waves are being produced in 1 second. 1 second, not minute. Okay, in 1 second, 50 such positive, 50 negative are being produced in a very fast manner, and it gives energy to the bulbs or the ACs and all. So this is called as AC or AC supply, which is alternating, which is called as a frequency of 50 Hertz. Now we see the electrical energy and power consumed in a circuit. So let's see what is the electrical energy and how is the power consumed in a circuit. So we always say that okay, ये bulb जो है वो 60 watt का, ये 100 watt का, तो ये 100 watt क्या है? What is that 100 watt? Okay, we always call it that there is a 100 watt का bulb. Okay, 100 watt ka bulb. So what is that 100 watt? So 100 watt is nothing but the power consumed. Okay, the power consumed by that particular bulb is 100 watt. That is the amount of power consumed is 100 watt. That is the work per second. Okay, joule per second. Okay. So in class 7th, we have read that current from a cell flows in a circuit due to the motion of the electrons in a metallic wire used in that circuit. A cell has a potential difference or voltage between its electrodes, namely the anode and cathode. Okay, so let's understand the main method of the flow of electricity. Okay, we say that it's a current electricity. Current means flowing. So what is current electricity? So any electricity, or basically current electricity is basically flow of electrons. When in a conductor, the electrons flow from here to here, this is nothing but the flow of current. Now, अपने आप तो वो यहाँ से यहाँ जाने वाला नहीं है. Okay, it is not going to move by itself. There has to be some kind of a reason for it to move from here to here. Now, for that thing, we have to understand what happens when we are connecting two water tanks together which are of different height level. So suppose there is this particular water tank and there is another this water tank. Now this water tank is water up to this level and this water tank is water up to this level. And suppose I connect this two with a particular valve and I open the valve so that the water can flow in from here. You will find that water is going to flow from here, enter here, and when the water becomes equal in both of them, it will stop flowing. That means water traveled from a higher level to lower level. Water traveled from higher level to lower because of the level difference between the two. Now, एक बार ये दोनों सेम हो जाएगा तो क्या पानी फ्लो होगा अंदर अंदर? नहीं होगा. तो पानी का फ्लो बंद हो जाएगा. But over here, when the water level was more and this was less, the water started flowing from here to here. So this is the cause. What is the cause of the flow of the water? It was the difference in the water level. Okay, the difference in the height over here and the difference in the height over here brought it into consideration कि यहाँ से पानी यहाँ पे जाना चाहिए. Similarly, the electrons will flow from here to here only when there is more electrons here and less electrons here. If there are more number of electrons over here, then it will move towards the place where there are less number of electrons, so that there is equilibrium available in this. They equalize over there. So this is the flow of electrons. So abhi more or less kaise generate hoga? This is nothing but what is done in a battery. The battery, what we have, the battery is having this particular chemicals inside, which are going to react and produce a kind of a region which has got more electrons and a region which will have less electrons, so that the electron will flow from one end to another end. So वो one end to another end में हम लोग क्या करेंगे? हम लोग एक battery लेंगे. So this is a battery. ये positive terminal है. So the electrons are going to flow from here. यहाँ पे बीच में अगर मैंने एक bulb लगा दिया, तो bulb में से flow होगा, तो automatically the bulb will glow, because the electrons are going to flow from positive to negative. So more number of electrons are going to be there. Accordingly, there will be the flow of electrons, and due to the flow of electrons, there will be the light being glowing. Okay. So this particular cell is producing a kind of a difference in the number of electrons on the positive side. So if this is the positive side, we call it as an anode, and this is the negative side, we call it as the cathode. So it always produces a difference. Okay, what is the battery doing? The battery is going to generate a difference of potential, a difference of number of electrons in both these places. वो दोनों प्लेस में, यहाँ से और यहाँ पे ज्यादा करेगा, यहाँ पे कम करते हो, यहाँ से इधर जाने के लिए उसको स्कोप रहेगा. So that's why it is going to generate, or we can say it is going to create a difference of potential between the two terminals of the battery. And since that the two terminals of the battery will have different potentials, hence there will be flow of electrons possible. This is exactly what is written over here. A cell has a potential difference or voltage between electrodes, namely the anode and cathode. So it has got a potential difference between the anode and cathode. There is a potential difference. There is a difference in the number of electrons present in the anode and cathode. Potential difference is defined as the work done in moving a unit charge from one electrode to another electrode. So if I want to move the one electron from one terminal to another terminal, उसके लिए जितना work done होगा, okay, the work done in moving a unit positive charge from one electrode to another electrode is called as the potential at a point, potential difference. It expressed in the unit volts. So potential difference. So the first thing what we have is potential difference, and this potential difference is given by the letter V, and it is having the SI unit as volt. Okay, it's small v, volt. Okay, of course, its symbol is capital V. Okay, because volt is the name of a person, so the symbol will be a capital V, not a small v. After the name of the scientist, Alessandro Volta. We have defined current as the rate of flow of charge in a unit time. So first thing was the potential difference. We had already discussed earlier in the 7th standard. Of course, I'm not going to but we know very well that what is current. So now what is current? So first thing is current. What is current? Current is nothing but rate of flow of electrons. The rate at which the electrons are going to move, okay, with time. So that's why we say current is given by the letter I, is nothing but the charge, which is the Q, that is nothing but the charge, upon time, that is T. Okay, so current, this is current. Current is given as charge upon time, that is Q upon T, and we define it as a rate of flow of charge in unit time. Rate of flow of charge in unit time. Rate of flow of electrons के बदले में better लिखूंगा charge in unit time. So it is measured in, so measurement wise it is measured in ampere. Ampere is also the name of a person, so it will be small a as this one and capital A for its use. And you know that charge is measured in coulomb and the time is measured in seconds. So we can say that the ampere is nothing but coulomb upon second. Anyway, it's not required for your particular purpose. So if we see that current is the rate of flow of charge in unit time, Q upon T. Voltage is nothing but the work done. So we know that voltage, potential difference V is equals to work done on the charge, that is work upon charge. Okay, because we say that what is potential difference? It was the amount of work done in moving a unit positive charge from one electrode to another electrode. So in figure 8.1, suppose the current I flows through a conductor of resistance R for time t. When a source of potential and a difference V is connected to its end, we are to find the amount of electrical energy supplied to the source. By definition, potential difference is the work done in moving a unit charge. So work needed to move a charge Q through potential difference V is given as W is equal to Q upon V, or I can write as V is equal to W upon Q. Or basically it is work done is equals to volt into charge. Q into V. Okay, alright, it as Q into V. Now we can see over here that Q can be defined over here. Q is nothing but Q is equals to I और T को multiply कर देंगे तो IT हो जाएगा. So charge is equals to current into time. So I can replace this IT over here. So it becomes W is equals to IT into V, or is equals to V I T. So work done is equals to voltage into current upon time into time. But I know that power is equals to work upon time, which is W upon T. Now what is the value of W? VIT. So it will be V into I into T upon T. So TT cancel ho gaya. Therefore power is given as V into I. So the product of the potential difference and product of the current gives you the power consumed by a particular circuit. Okay, that is what I explained over here, that W is equal to Q into V, but I is equal to charge upon T time. So Q is equal to I into T. Hence W is equal to V into I into T. This gives the electrical energy W supplied by the source, battery or mains in providing the current I for time T in the conductor under a potential difference V. So under the potential difference V and the current equal to the what is the amount of flowing of the current through the circuit, the work done will be given as V into I into T. Now power is the rate of doing work. So power supplied by the source is P is equals to W upon T. So VIT upon T, TT gets cancelled. So power is equals to V into I, and hence we have power as 1 watt is equals to 1 volt into 1 ampere. Okay, 1 volt into 1 ampere is equals to 1 watt. Now W is nothing but watt. Okay, James Watt, you know that James Watt. So watt is nothing but the power. So that is how you explain the formation, or you can say the power consumed by a particular circuit. Okay, what I'll do now is that I'll go for the numericals part, which are just 2 or 3 of them, which are based on this particular formula. So the formula what we are looking for right now are 3 of them. We are discussing 3 formulas over here. The first formula is I is equals to Q upon T. The second is V is equals to W upon Q. Third one is W, or we can say, W is equals to V into I into T, or power is equals to V into I. Okay, these are the ones which are going to be the important formulas which what we learned up till now, and accordingly we'll just see if any of these are going to be useful for the numericals which are given in the in the end of the chapter. Uh, so that we are just taking the both the concept and the numericals together rather than taking the numericals later on in the last. So that's why I'm just taking it right now with this particular form. As such, also the next part of the chapter is completely different, related to the transmission of the power from the generating station to our house. So there is no connectivity directly between the two. Only thing, yes, here is one more thing what I can always include to this thing is that power is equals to energy upon time. So we just say power is equals to work upon time is equals to W upon T. Now work is equals to energy. We know that work is equals to energy. Work done is nothing because energy hoga to hi capacity to do work is nothing but energy. So work and energy are the same. So hence we say that power energy is equals to work into time. Okay, energy is equals to basically sorry, not work, power into time. See, how did I get this? I know that work is equals to energy. I also know that P is equals to W upon T, work upon time. So automatically what will happen? W is equals to P into T. Well, W is equals to energy, so energy is equal to power into time. So what is energy? Power is nothing but V into I. So V into I into time T. So that is nothing but energy. V into I. Same thing. Energy is equals to V into I into T. But here the only difference is that we are not going to use the normal kind of symbols, or you can say the SI units. The SI units, what the energy which will be here is given as kW. You know the power is given as kilowatt and time is not in second but it is in hour. So the power consumed, so energy is given by the SI unit as kWh. Okay, kWh is the energy word, and the conversion is that 1 kWh is equals to 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. Okay, this is the conversion what you need to remember. Very easy to form this thing because you know that energy, okay, you can see over here it is nothing but power into time. So you know that 1 kWh is equals to 1 into 1000 watt into hours, 1 hour. So it is 1000 into 60 minutes into 60 seconds. So that is 3600000. Okay, that will be 5 zeros. So accordingly it will be given as 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. So this is how you are going to find out the value of 1 kWh, which is also normally used. हम लोग के घर के बाहर या बिल्डिंग के नीचे एक मीटर होता है जो हम लोग को रीडिंग देता है कि कितना एनर्जी हम लोग ने यूज किया. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अ kWh मीटर. Okay, so that is the something over here which is related to it. So what I'll do is that we'll jump directly to the small examples first. Okay, that is on page number 148. From a battery of potential difference 12 volts, current 2 amperes flows through the wire for 30 minutes. Find the electric energy supplied by the battery and the power spent. So that is what we are going to use. So these are the formulas what we are using. So let me do this way. I'll keep this thing over here and I will write the questions here. The first thing is you're told that the potential difference V is equals to 12 volts. You are given the current to be as 2 amperes, so I is equals to 2 ampere and flows for time 30 seconds, so T is equals to 30 minutes is equals to 30 into 60 is equals to 1800 seconds. Okay, so now first thing is that you need to find out the electrical energy supplied by the battery. So energy supplied, what is energy supplied? V into I into T. So energy is equals to VIT is 12 into 2 into 1800. So that is 3600 into 24 into 18, so it is 24 into 18, right? 32, 16, 19, 0, 4, 2, so 2, 3, 4. So it is 43200 joule. That's the energy which is going to be used. And the power spent, they ask you the power spent. So what is the power? Power is equals to V into I. V is 12 and 2, that is 24 watt. Okay, that will be the power, will be 24 watt. This was question number 1 of solid example. We now move on to the second one, that is an electric heater is rated 1.5 kW, 220 volts. Find the safe current which can flow through it. Okay, the fuse part and all is not there, so we may skip this part. Or I can just give you one simple example over here, that what can be, we can use the current. So safe current वगैरह भी नहीं करते हैं. So you have over here the rated. So that is given as the power rating is 1.5 kW, is nothing but 1500 watt. And they are given as the voltage V is equals to 220 volts. So we know that power is equals to V into I. So 1500 is equals to 220 into I. So I will be equal to 1500 upon 220. Accordingly, it will be 75 upon 11. And hence it will be given to me as 6.8 ampere. Okay. This is sufficient for this part, and the second part we can take it once we understand what are fuses and all in the later part. Okay, and yeah, I think we can skip the other parts later on. We can just take one more numerical from the exercise that is on page 152. Let's take the first two numericals. We'll just do this right now. First one, an electrical appliance is rated at 60 watt, 150 volts. So the power is equals to 60 watt, voltage is equals to 150 volt. What do you mean by the statement? The meaning of the statement is that at 150 volts, at a potential difference of 150 volts, the power consumed by this particular appliance will be 60 watt per hour. Okay, so the meaning of the statement is, at a potential difference of 150 volts applied to the appliance is going to consume 60 watt of power per hour. And how much current will it flow? So I know over here the power is equals to V into I. So 60 is equals to 150 into I. So current is equals to 60 upon 150. So that will be 3 2s are 3 5s are, so 2 upon 5, 0.4 ampere. So that's the answer. The answer will be 0.4 ampere for this particular question. We move on to the second question, which will be the last one for this video. An electric iron of power 1.5 kW is used for 30 minutes to press clothes. So that is why we say that power is equals to 1.5 kW, which is nothing but 1500 watt. Okay, we are converting the kilowatt into watt, will be easier to understand. And it is being used for 30 minutes. So the time is equals to 30 minutes is equals to 30 into 60 is 1800 seconds. Now, here the problem is that they ask me electrical energy consumed, not the energy consumed. Electrical energy. When I ask the electrical energy consumed, I am not required to find out this thing. I will be requiring. So electrical energy will be, see, electrical energy consumed will be in kWh. So I don't need to do this, neither I need to do this. Okay, I don't need to do this, neither I need to do this. In fact, what will happen, I need to convert this into hours. So what will happen? Electrical energy consumed, I know the electrical energy consumed is power into time. So energy is equals to power into time, which is nothing but 1.5 into time is 30 minutes, 30 upon 60. So that gives me 1 upon 2. So that will be 1.5 upon 2 is 0.75 kWh. So the power consumed will be 0.75 kWh. And we also want to find out in joule also, okay. So what we do, energy is equal to 0.75 into 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. तो ये भी जो भी आंसर आता है that is nothing but 2.7 into 10 raised to 6 joule. This will be the answer for, we got 36 into 0.75 will give you 2.7. So it will be 2.7 into 10 raised to 6 joule. So they wanted the answer in kWh first. So we used that particular method, and then they wanted it in joule. So instead of doing the thing again in watt and second, I converted directly using the formula that here 1 kilowatt hour is equals to 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. So I just need to multiply it by 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 to get the answer in joule. So that was the second numerical. So I think I just end the session over here, and we'll continue with the next part of the chapter according to what the school takes and whatever the school cancels. Okay, so I better take it that way. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you.